And no distractions for a year straight. This shit heavy duty, keep it coolie, pump your air brakes. One West, I don't hear the rhetoric. One West versus Peace Catch, we ain't sweating shit. Pop it on the internet, you see them, they ain't saying shit. Nigga, who's you playing with? Stepping out the murder van, nothing they seen before. One hand wash the other hand, battle scars I needed dude. Living by the law, y'all can keep it cool. I've been organizing, strategizing, they ain't peeping though. This is not a drill, this is not a rental. What I look like, earn my stripes, man, I'm too official. They gon' say they knew me, but they don't know the new me. I'm glorious, notorious, Vicky with the cool. I wrote this on the loose sleeve, kicking shit like Bruce Lee. Never slipping blade under my pillow like it's loose teeth. This is how a soldier look, doing what I'm supposed to do. If you rockin', then I'm rockin', nigga, that's how soldiers move. Right,
UPK, shoot side.
Soldier move, nigga. Soldier moves, nigga. Shaw. Okay. Man, I hate when the pussy niggas speak to me, cause only one I talk to is beneath the sheets. I'm rude in speech, cavity, my fist might lose your teeth. Who is you to me? Now you can't even damn chew or eat, just fucking drink. But I take that way if you don't even think I'm off the leash. I'm humble but will still unleash. Talk big but shrink when you're around a damn righteous priest. I'm so unique, and all my women thick, petite, I'm gone. I be on my level. Haters want my shine. Nigga, I ain't shit. I think they know I'm lying. But really, I hate shit. I ain't eat enough crackers. I need a whole buffet, cause I ain't going backwards.
Let me tell you something about it's such a fool's game to think that you have to seek power. You have to seek the Most High, and you'll have all the power. I got more power, bro, than you could imagine, and I've sought none of it. Like I got power.
All my soldiers.
I ain't sought none of it. I just want to work hard in this job. I want to be the best soldier I could be.
All my soldiers take over. All my soldiers take over.
Yeah. Yo, come on. Yo, Kashak, pull off. Yeah. And don't go backwards. Let's go.
Hey, y'all already know how South Coast doing this shit. South Coast, you know what I mean? We holding it down, brotherhood, South Coast skin, however you want to talk about it, however you want to do it. But one thing for sure, we ain't going backwards.
I'm trying to get to the bitches too.
That code leadership. Cold leader, a nigga sick, I got that faux fever, that COVID shit, got that old Nina, I let it spit, got that brand new 9, fold you like a futon, ain't a rapper on my level, told you that a few times, bet your bottom dollar, save it like a coupon, old glass with the new wines, break a few minds, black party with a few dimes, get my shoes shine, murder shit by a few times, enemies done, how are you a co-survivor when we don't leave none, shit, put it on tape, watch it like a rerun, I got partners with the grills, want me to get my teeth done, open face shit, cult leader waiting on my spaceship. You don't see us winning, better go and get your laces. Basics, infinity garland matching the bracelet. Made me get this snapping like Thanos in the ring. The way I walk like a cult leader. How I talk like a cult leader. How I move like a cult leader. Everything off the meter. One West undefeated. How I walk like a cult leader. How I talk like a cult leader. How I move like a cult leader. Everything off the meter. One West undefeated. Come on. Got it all playing, riding for my dogs, man. Cram a couple niggas with blickies up in the small van. Jungle like Tarzan, jewels in the armband. Still drink a cold old English out of tall can. Drinking more liquor in the rental, we got 2 doors. World domination, I'm bald like Lex Luthor. Gotta stay focused, sounding like Doc Umar. Ain't no dashiki, nigga, my squad needs me. Got the lions through the graveyard like Rafiki. But this ain't no Disney, more like a horror movie. 4K, too high quality for some Tubi. Cats wanna watch it, better pay for the premium. I don't rap for free no more, pay the team in them. You really wanna hear me cut the check to the committee? I ain't had to sell my soul, I ain't had to party with Diddy. All I did was grab the killers out every one of these cities. Cause I walk like a cult leader. How I talk like a cult leader. How I move like a cult leader. Everything off the meter. One West undefeated and I walk like a cult leader, how I talk like a cult leader, how I move like a cult leader. Everything off the meter, one West undefeated, and I walk and I talk like a cult leader, and I move like a cult leader. Undefeated, cause I walk like a cult leader, and I talk like a cult leader, how I move like a cult leader. Everything off the meter, one West undefeated, and I walk.
Okay,
I've been in my Bible lately. You understand me? Like, shit crazy out here.
World said fuck us, so we said fuck the world.
You know,
The world said fuck us,
Matthew 24:13.
so we said fuck the world.
He that shall endure to the end.
The world said fuck us,
Shall be
so we
saved.
said fuck the world.
Fuck the world.
The world don't love us,
No.
so we said fuck the world. Look, I know your kinfolk gone, but hold on. I know them lights ain't on, but hold on. Look, even if you feel you got nothing to hold on, I got a message. God said, hold on to your sanity. I know you in a position that you ain't planned to be. With our lives, we're not addicted to gambling. You feel the pressure and the thoughts in your head are scrambling. You feel the storm getting closer. You feel like giving up before you even start, then it's over. You feeling like fuck it, you going through too much to be sober. Life is passing you by as you do this over and over, over and over, over and over, over and over. Time to make a change now. Instead of that, you fall a victim to the same now. Starting to find out that this life is not a game now. Back against the wall, couldn't run as the poor man screamed to the top of his world. Said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world don't love us, so we said fuck the world. Look, cover your eyes, don't wanna see the blood on the leaves. Bodies of eyes innocently hanging from trees, floating in screens, blood in the water, blood on the altar. Still don't believe justice is coming. Heavenly Father, did not Christ say vengeance is mine? Don't even bother. When he return, it's gonna be slaughter. Ooh, I know you don't wanna face it, but what's real love sound like hatred. And you gotta be fucking crazy if you think they gonna get away with killing all them babies, feeding them to alligators. All the women that was raped, the transatlantic slave trade made us build a nation that we can't partake in. School to prison, pipeline, mass incarceration. All the lives that's been taken, hated to love it. You only talk about forgiveness cause we never get justice. I think you really reluctant. I remember hearing a hood nigga say all the shit he would've done if he was living during slavery. Look what's going on today, and you ain't doing a damn thing but putting shame on your ancestors' name. But who's to blame? All these drugs, pills, weed, beans, lean, and cocaine. I get the feeling that we living in a big dope game. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world don't love us, so we said fuck the world.
Now turn the headphones up just a little bit.
Show up for y'all, don't. 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 Show up for y'all, don't.
When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. Before you go to war, y'all, you better turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east. Oh, you better turn to the east.
I used to wake up every morning, boy, and all I seen was mess. Plus the shit that I was dealing with, all I seen was stress. Now I really know the truth, and I understand what hurting niggas. Beast of the fields, they eat us up, and they hurting you. UBK is what I'm repping. Siamese a weapon. Some of you niggas playing, but me, I'm really stepping. The mission that I'm on is waking up all our people. Show them we are the greatest. Nothing about a sequel. Them heathens, they gon' learn. Them heathens, they gon' burn. Esau is about to fall, then Jacob is all turned. They been fucking with the chosen, so they gotta pay. Revelation 13 and 10, tell me what does it say?
So I be out with dawn. So I be out with dawn. So I be out with dawn. So I be out with dawn.
When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east. Before you go to war, yo, you better turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east. When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east. Before you go to war, yo, you better turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east.
The blood that's in my veins descends straight from the greatest. All of my toolies go, but that 40 know it's my favorite. And we losing all our babies to this crazy shit we represent. The money and the world, nigga, this crazy shit ain't making sense. We the children of the light, and we fighting all the darkness. The way I'm stacking ammo, my bitches thinking I'm heartless. Them devils get the smile and got you thinking that he harmless. Remember Oklahoma? That is where them cracker bombs. The pain will make you wake up. You know they really hate it. They turn the truth into a lie. That's the shit they gotta pay for. The mission that I'm on is waking up all our people. Show them we are the greatest. Nothing about a sequel. Yeah.
So I be out with dawn. 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 So I be out with dawn.
When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east. Before you go to war, yo, you better turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east. When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east. Before you go to war, yo, you better turn to the east. Turn to the east. Turn to the east.
These motherfuckers got scraps too, don't get caught lacking. Y'all seen these old cowboy movies, you go to the bar, nigga, you about to get tried. You go out and about, you got that drink with your brothers and that shit, then you about to get tried out here, but don't be caught lacking, don't kill your brother off some bullshit, man. Don't hurt your people, man. This is for protection only, man. I got family out this bitch, man. I got brothers out this bitch, I gotta protect. Somebody trying to run up on us, we lacking, what we gonna do, fight a nigga with a machine gun? Now we're gonna bust your ass, we'll cut your head out, and bring it back to the Lord, man. UBK shit, man. Hey, man, you a plug.
She say I'm obnoxious. Say I got way too much confidence. Say it's a problem. All I do is try to pull a woman and say I'm a monster. But really, it ain't nothing. I'm just like my brothers. But shit, you know you look better with me, yeah. Girl, you know you look better with me. I pull up and then shock. And do a dance on them, what the fuck? I judge you, I run it up. Come and fetch a girl, boy, stop, bitch. Okay, you know you look better with me. I pull up with logic. I'm a judo with a nigga pride. I'm just like a lion. Want my woman cook, clean, fuck, and shut the fuck up, yeah. I got bigger problems to worry about than you in adultery. But shit, you know you ain't going nowhere. Hey, checking my move with the bass. Try to walk me to the place. Ice on me, come and skate. You really a hoe wanna escape. Yeah, we up, fish your face. Or outwork me, what you think? Pretty girl, good taste. Wanna know all my traits. Yeah, you know I'm on attention. I'm James Brown, then the Israel. Bullets long, yeah, extensions. The nigga hate what they mention. Y'all pull up how I'm gifted. I'm Mike Jackson with the fisting. Beat it like I'm Thriller. She say I'm obnoxious. Say I got way too much confidence. Say it's a problem. All I do is try to pull a woman. They say I'm a monster. But really, it ain't nothing, I'm just like my brothers. But shit, you know you look better with me, yeah. Yeah, you know you look better with me. How I pull up and then shock. I do my dance on them, what the fuck? How I judge, I run it up. Come and fetch it. Girl, boy, stop that. Okay, you know you look better with me. Bitch, you basic. If you don't want a South Coast nigga, you just a ranking. And really, you ain't even that exquisite. And bitch, you fake it. Wanna rush a dog sick nigga in the picture I painted. And I mean, everywhere I say T, like give you some flavor. But I guess you ain't even wanna take it. Bitch, you outdated. And you done gave it up for some paper. You just like your main man. Start with 3 down, baby, better spit what you thinking. You were thinking with your damn bars, huh? You the type motherfucker wanna pull up, how the fuck wanna fall, huh? Then beat it from the back, no damn attack, it was just for lunch, huh? Dirty damn bot pussy bitch, wanna talk shit on the low, huh? Wanna diss everybody with, cause you don't even know how they say I'm obnoxious. Say I got way too much confidence, say it's a problem. All I do is try to pull a woman, they say I'm a monster. But really, it ain't nothing, I'm just like my brothers. But shit, you know you look better with me, yeah. Yeah, you know you look better with me. How I pull up and then shock. I do my dance on them, what the fuck? How I judge, I run it up. Come and fetch a girl, boy, stop. Bitch. Okay, you know you look better with me, dance. I don't know, trying to get right with the preacher, probably on the low, huh? What the fuck you talking about, girl? You already know what the fuck we on, huh? We ain't passing down, bitch, but you get right, what you already know, huh? You know you look better with me, yeah.
Backstage.
All right, clap it up. All right. Once again, back again. This is Officer Abraham of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West Harlem, New York, 125th Street, under Commanding General Yohana, the rightful leader of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And right now, as we do every Thursday, whether it be via, another class posting or this class here, we're teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are according to the scriptures, who they are according to the Bible, their history, their heritage. You understand where they come from, who they belong to, and basically dispelling all the lies of all these other religions that's out here deceiving our people, deceiving the black man, deceiving the Hispanic man, deceiving our First Nation people into all kinds of madness, all kinds of other religions other than what they were commanded to, follow and live their life by according to the Bible. You understand? Like Islam and Egyptology and Christianity and Buddhism and every other thing that you can think of, every 5% of all that other religions and of course these other fake Israelite groups that claim to have the truth and claim to follow the Bible but are not, in here in the ISUPK. There's some other breakoff group or something, some other Christian group. You understand? We're not affiliated with them, or we don't even, follow the same thing. We don't even worship the same God as they do. So we teach out of the Bible. We serve the Most High, and we follow the law, statutes, and commandments that are listed in the Bible. You understand? So with that being said, you understand, I'm gonna go into a couple of topics tonight, but of course we're gonna start it off like we always do. Everybody knows how we start, how we rock it out here in the ISUPK, where how I'd start off every class. You understand? Zephaniah 2:1. We're gonna read that real quick and get that, get that scripture, because of course, every week that we come, it shows us that even more we need to gather and come together and do what these scriptures are telling us to do, because the times is getting perilous, more perilous every week, every month that pass by. You understand? So without further ado, Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation, not desire. You understand? And why do I say that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the nation not desire? Just look at the news. Look at social media. Look at all the things that happen to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in a so-called country where everyone's free. Everyone's free to, have freedom of speech, and everyone have their right in their pursuit of happiness and all of that. But here in America, you find the black man, Hispanic man, First Nation people dismarginalized. You find us being gentrified. You find things that happen to us in our neighborhoods, in our society, that doesn't happen to all the rest of these other nations in other societies, man. You don't have the so-called Arab that comes and forms, builds up stores and convenience stores in your neighborhoods. You don't have them, not being able to succeed here in America. You don't have their neighborhoods targeted and drugs pushed into their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You don't have them, you don't have the government creating laws just to make those Arabs break them so they can lock them up. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the same treatment. You don't even get the same treatment here in America as these other nations get. You know what I'm saying? You talking about just Donald Trump is said that he's going to start his term by deporting blacks, Hispanics. Deporting the Hispanics, mass deportations. That's what he's saying. He's saying mass deportations. You know what I'm saying? That's what Donald Trump is talking about when the so-called Hispanics are the reason why you have, a lot of things that we have here in this society. Because the Hispanics, they do the work. They construct the buildings. They pick the fruits and the vegetables, and they harvest the crops. They do so much here. So how can anybody talk about mass deportation of the Hispanics, man? That doesn't even make any sense. Like who would pick the strawberries if there were no Hispanics? Who build your houses if there were no Hispanics? Who would be the ones coming in and painting doing your paint jobs, laying your concrete? Who would be doing all these jobs if it wasn't for the Hispanics? You understand? The Hispanics, they do so much in this society. And Donald Trump knows it too. Donald Trump knows that without Hispanics, that this economy is you know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't be the ones that do these construction jobs, they wouldn't be around. They wouldn't be around to do them. He knows it. But does he give a damn? Hell no. He just wants to hate who the people, God's people. You know what I'm saying? He just wants to hate God's people. And no matter what, he wants to mass deport them. You know what I'm saying? He wants to lock them up in cages. And just like Commander General Yohana said on the show Monday, these Hispanic being locked up ain't going. They're not sending them back to Mexico or Honduras or whatever. They putting them straight into slavery, man. They putting them Hispanics straight into slavery. Probably America's probably one of the largest human trafficking countries on the planet, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what they doing to our Hispanic brothers and sisters, man. And for all you Negroes out there that think that Hispanics are taking your jobs, you're dead wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing the jobs that black people won't do anymore. Black people won't get out there in the hot sun and pick the strawberries and pick the cucumbers and cut the cabbages. You understand? Pick the corn. They're not doing that. You understand? So, but these are our brothers, man. These are our brothers and sisters. The Hispanics are God's chosen people, just like the so-called Negro. And we need to stop doing what the oppressor wants us to do, which is hate each other. And we need to start loving each other, man. That's why Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourselves together, old nation, not desired. And just like the Negroes are not desired in America, the so-called Hispanics are not desired as well, man. And we need to wake up. High time for us to wake up and realize who we are according to this Bible, man. You understand? And now, with that being said, I wanted to talk about a couple things tonight, right? First, the social media, and everybody's going crazy over these drones, and now the talk of UFOs is popping back up, and everybody is doing social media trying to go viral on UFOs, and it's one person on social media that I've seen. He's claiming to be a extraterrestrial. He looks just like an oppressor. You understand? Cut all his hair off. He ain't got that blonde hair, but he got them blue eyes. And he's claiming to be all full out, you understand, alien, full out extraterrestrial. Which it really baffles me. The oppressor really baffles me because I grew up during the old country western movie era, where not really, no, I didn't, but I grew up in a time where my uncles, they still watch old westerns like Gunsmoke and Clint Eastwood, and you know what I'm saying? They still watch them old black and white movies, the Wild Wild West, Zorro, and the Lone Ranger, and all of that, right? And in those black and white movies, they had the oppressor playing the Indian who was running away from the oppressor, playing the sheriff or the law, or playing Zorro or the Lone Ranger. Tonto, the Lone Ranger sidekick, was a white man. Squanto was an oppressor. And so now, when you look at the movies, when you look in the movies, and you look at different movies like the depiction of the 10 Commandments or whatever, you understand, you had the oppressor being the Egyptian. The oppressor was Pharaoh in the movie, and the oppressor was the Jew, was God's chosen people. He played them both. The oppressor in his mind, he's everyone. You can walk right now, and you can look at oppressors, and they will claim to be everybody on the planet. They'll claim to be the native Indian. They'll say, oh yeah, I have native Indian in my family. I'm Navajo. And they will claim to be the native Indian. They'll claim to be the Hispanics. They you know what I'm saying? They claim to be every race on the planet. And now you have a social media presence that's an oppressor, and he's claiming to be an extraterrestrial. Go figure. Sounds about right. Because the oppressor wants to be everyone. He's everyone he has no culture. He has no heritage. He's a vagabond according to the Bible. So he wants to be everyone, in the Bible, outside of the Bible. He want to be every race. You had what's his name? His last name was Carradine. And he played the Kung Fu master on the TV show Kung Fu. So the oppressor wants to be Asian as well. He wants to be the Asian man. He wants to be the Native Indian man. You understand? If we were all blind, the oppressor would get up and say he was black. Well, I stand corrected. He has claimed to be the black man. You understand? The oppressor has claimed to be one of the most prolific black men that ever walked the earth. The oppressor claimed to be Christ himself. Yahweh Shah Mashiach in the Hebrew, man. So now he the black man, he the Asian man, he the Egyptian, he the African, he the First Nation people, he the Indians, he the Hispanic. Man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. You are witnessing, and this place is run by a man that hates your guts but wants to be you. Just feel that. Let that sizzle in your spirit for a second. Hates your guts but wants to be just like you. What kind of psychosomatic, sadistic, narcissistic something, whatever mental issue he has, you understand? He exhibits it every day because he wants to be everyone on the planet, including people off the planet, including people that not even step foot on the planet. He wants to be the aliens too. He wants to be the alien too, man. And now I'm gonna pull out some brief scriptures about those so-called unidentified, well, they identified objects now. They know the U.S. government knows what those unidentified, they don't call them unidentified flying objects anymore. They call them identified phenomenon or something like that. They call them identified aerial phenomenon. That's what they call it. So your oppressor knows that there is someone that's not from this planet that's out there in the space. You understand that he's defying the rules of physics. They're traveling around in aircraft that are not common to this plane and this society and this era in time. But we know who they are, man. They're right in the scriptures. They've been in the scriptures. You understand? And we're going to Zechariah. First, we're going to go to Zechariah 5 and 1. We're going to start right there, Zechariah 5, and pull it out the Bible, man. Wait a second. Zechariah 5, and we're going to start it right there, verse 1. It's Zechariah 5 and 1. This is what Zechariah recorded in his record, and how he saw these so-called objects that were flying in the sky. He says, "Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll." So he sees an object. He sees a round flying roll object, a flying roll, R-O-L-L. That's how you spell that. He said he's turned around and he's seen a flying roll. This verse 2. And he said unto me, what seest thou? This is the Most High speaking to Zechariah. He said, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits. So a cubit is today what's called a foot. A foot, just a cubit actually is a little bit larger than a foot, a little bit longer than a foot. So he says he sees a flying roll, and the length of it is 20, 20 feet or more. 20, so about 20 something feet. And the length of it is 20 feet or cubits. And the breadth or the depth of it is 10 cubits. So it's 20 feet wide. It's 20 feet long and 10 feet wide, 10 feet deep. You understand? So now he says, then verse 3 says, then saith he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that seeth, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on the side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on the side according to it. This verse 4, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Verse 5, then the angel that talketh with me went forth and said unto me, lift up now thine eyes and see what is that goeth forth. He said, look, he said, now look upon it. This is the curse that's going to go forth and wipe out everything. You understand? People always wonder how or why we say that Christ is coming back with those 200 million angels and those chariots. They want to know what we're talking about. But this is what we're talking about. Those flying rolls, man. Those flying rolls, that's the chariots of the Most High. You understand? And it says it right here. These are large aerial vehicles, man. They don't have no wings. They don't move like you understand, like we think planes move today. They're there. And this is in the Bible, recorded thousands of years ago. Excuse me, you understand? This is in the Bible, recorded thousands of years ago, how these flying rolls are going to be the curse that go over all the earth. Let's get the next scripture, man. Ezekiel saw these flying rolls too. Ezekiel saw the chariots too. Let's see what Ezekiel says. You understand? Let's see what Ezekiel says, man. In the first chapter of Ezekiel. It's Ezekiel 1:16. It says, hold on, let's start at 15. Ezekiel 1:15 says, now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with its four faces. Then this verse 16, the appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of beryl, and they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as if it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. You understand? So Zechariah, he said it was a flying roll. It was like a roll. But Ezekiel said it looked like a wheel. It looked like a wheel in the middle of a wheel. And when it worked, it was a green glow. That was the work around what this wheel that Ezekiel saw was doing. You understand? And that's why when you see alien movies, you always see that the trail they leave is a green trail, because they get it right out of the Bible, man. They get it right out of the Bible. The so-called your American government knows about what the chariots of the Lord are. He knows about it. Why you think when Donald Trump got his first term in office, he quickly created the Space Force, man? He quickly created a branch of the military that would go and fight in space. Why is that? Why? It sounded, and what's so bad about it? It sounds crazy. It sounds insane that, you know, somebody would just go and create a space force. Somebody would just go and create, you know, a whole army branch of the Navy, a branch of the U.S. military that's even called a space force. You understand? Why did he do it? Because he knows what's beyond the stars as well. He knows what's coming to wage war against, you know what I'm saying, the enemies of the Lord. He knows that the chariots of the Lord are those flying rolls. You understand? Let's skip down to verse 22. This is Ezekiel 1 and 22. It said, and the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the color of the terrible crystal stretched forth over their heads above. So what he saw was just like the movies depicted. They show a round object, and in the middle is a dome, and over the dome is like if you can see through it like a crystal. You understand? You can see through the dome, so you can see people in there, in these flying objects, man, before they start to wage havoc on the earth, man. And I'm reading this out of the Bible. You can go to Ezekiel, Zechariah 5 and 1 through 4. You can see it. You can see it in Ezekiel 1 and 16 and 17, and in verse 22 as well. You understand? We know, we in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we know, man. We know that when the children of God get delivered, it's going to be through air superiority, man. Like, it's just like Independence Day, except for America ain't going to find a way to win. You know what I'm saying? America they always, you know, they show in the movies how they always come out on top. America the free, home of the brave. They always come out on top. They always find a way to beat an insurmountable foe. And yeah, it don't work like that. This ain't the movies, man. This ain't the movies. This ain't the movies where this ain't like Rocky, where he has no chance to win, but he just finds the heart deep inside. That ain't this. That ain't this, man. What fight you ever knew you was gonna lose and you won? Salakia. What fight did you ever fight in the natural world that you knew you was gonna lose, but you won anyway? Yeah, nah. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. You understand? Nah. America knows that whoever has air superiority, that's who runs the earth. And Christ, with those 200 million angels, is going to come back and take back air superiority, man. That's how it's going to go. That's how the reign of this oppressor is going to end. That's how his rule is going to be cut short. You understand? By the 200 million angels in Christ that's going to make quick work. The Bible says that Christ is going to make quick work in about an hour. And by the hour, Christ is going to totally subdue all the armies of the earth that tries to come against his superiority. You understand? And look, we don't have to, you know, the good thing about our disposition here in America is we don't have to pick up no guns, man. We can be just like those children in Egypt. They didn't start making weapons and go fight Pharaoh's army. Nah. They just let God do it, man. They let the Lord bring them out of captivity. They let the Lord part the Red Sea. They let the Lord drown Pharaoh's army, man. They let the Lord do it. And now all we got to do today, the same way, we just got to let the Most High do it just like he did it for us back in Egypt, man. You understand? We just got to let him do his thing. And all we got to do is just practice these righteous acts, man. Practice these things, you know, just practice not celebrating Christmas. Nasty, disgusting Christmas, man. It was just the second topic I'm gonna get on. The second thing I'm gonna go into is that nasty, disgusting Christmas, man. Make me throw up in my mouth. How we sit around and we sneak around. We punish our children for lying and telling untruths all year long. You punish them for telling stories. I got plenty of whoopings as a child for lying and not telling the truth. And then this so-called one day out of the year and leading up to it, you pretend that some oppressor is gonna slide down your chimney and throw presents around out there everywhere. They just made a whole movie about how the truth was being brought out to this kid. The truth about Santa Claus was being brought out to this kid, and he didn't believe it no more. And look, even Santa's elf didn't believe it no more. But they found a way to bring the Christmas spirit back and convince everybody again that Santa is going to every house and dropping off toys for every little boy and girl. Man, for once, stop lying to your children, man. For once, stop lying. Stop lying to your kids. You understand? Stop lying to your kids. That's a very punishable offense, man. Let me pull this up for you. We're going to go to Leviticus 19 and 11. Well, we'll go to Exodus 20 and 16 first. Let's go to Exodus 20 and 16. Exodus 20 and verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, man. Meaning you can't tell a lie on your neighbor, on your family, on your brother or your sister. You understand? You can't, and that includes the lie you tell your children every year when you tell them that Santa Claus, be good for Santa. He gonna bring you some presents. You gotta be good. He checking his list. He checked it twice. He find out if you're naughty or you're nice. Your badass kid's been bad all year long, man. Face it. Face it. Your kids are bad. They're bad. They're bad. They're bad. They don't listen. They make bad grades in school. They talk back. They can't shut up. They don't make up their beds. They don't wash themselves. They don't take baths. They don't clean up their room like they should. They don't be nice to their other family members. Your kids are bad. Face it. So Salakia, I said it. You understand? Now, what if you stop lying to them? Maybe they'll stop being so bad. Maybe they'll see the example that you setting forth for them, and they won't be so bad. And when they go to tell the lie about, some other thing to one of the little kids out in the neighborhood or something where they playing or whatever to their cousins, they'll say, wait a minute, I'm not gonna lie this time. I'm not gonna lie because why? Because mommy and daddy didn't lie to me. Mommy and daddy finally told me the truth, and they said that Christmas is fake. Santa Claus is not real. They finally told me the truth. So I can stop, trying to bake cookies and eat the cookies my damn self. Eat the cookies yourself. Drink the milk for yourself. Don't let that milk spoil out sitting out all night for somebody who ain't gonna eat it. And daddy, you stop sneaking up in the middle of the night eating the cookies saying that Santa ate them. Good night, man. We don't want our children to lie, but we lie to them all the time. And then we punish them for lying. That's so confusing. That's a confusing childhood. I had a confusing childhood growing up because I for sure thought that for a little bit, but for a little bit I thought that maybe Santa was squeezing down and sliding down the furnace vent of my project house because I didn't have a chimney growing up. I had a furnace vent, and that was the only vent that was on the top of my project house. And I thought that maybe Santa was sliding down the furnace vent and dropping off the presents. But through poverty and through being poor, mama finally told me, look, I got them presents. I got them presents because she got tired of some oppressor taking it. She didn't describe it as this, but it really does hit home when your children, your hard work, you go into debt sometime trying to get them a Christmas gift and trying to put up the tree and decorate the tree and all of that. You don't pay some bills. You let some bills lack. And you catch them up on the back end, or try to anyway, just to give your children the illusion of some magical thing that happens during this time of year. And my mama, we was just so damn poor that, you know what I'm saying? Mama she just couldn't bear giving the credit to someone else anymore. So she said, I got them presents. I put them under the tree. And she started saying, if you don't straighten up during the year, she started saying, if you don't straighten up, you ain't getting nothing for Christmas. You understand? I'm not gonna spend my money to get something for you and you acting up during school. Now, I wish she would have just told me the truth that Christmas was all a lie. And you shouldn't lie. You shouldn't tell lies. Santa Claus ain't real. Christmas is a worship of an idol god. You understand? Let's go to Leviticus 19, and we're going to start at the 11th verse. Leviticus 19 and 11. It says, it's Leviticus 19:11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, nor lie one to another. You understand? I'm going to read it again. It's Leviticus 19 and 11. Ye shall not steal, nor deal falsely, nor lie one to another. This is in the book of the law, man. You understand? The Lord thy God said you shouldn't lie. You shouldn't lie, just like you shouldn't eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Just like you shouldn't vote. You understand? Just like you shouldn't have sex with women and then throw them away. You shouldn't try to take a man's woman. Shouldn't try to lay with a man's woman. You shouldn't sit and talk and have conversations with another man's woman. You understand? You as a wife shouldn't sit and have conversations and male friends with another man that's not your husband. You understand? All that is against the law. You understand? You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't lie. You understand? That you shouldn't do. So now, with that being said, we're gonna skip right down to where you find Christmas in the Bible at, man. Come. Okay. All right. Before we get to that, you know what? I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna handle this real quick. We're gonna play a quick song for you real quick, and I'm gonna come right back. It'll be a quick break. We'll come right back. Hold on 1 second before we get to the real nitty-gritty of it, okay?
Into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Jump off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart.
Come to the deep end, yeah, where it's dark. G locked like a pit, but a wound like a shark. Black tips on the 5-7 looking like darts. We are not the same, you can tell us apart. Let me slow the flow down, come on, let's walk. Change the whole game, let's talk. Look at it now, then look at the start. Look at me now, so why would you start? Swing on me over bars, I slide on them, but this ain't a walk in the park. Catch him ride shotgun in his will. I bet you I'm sawing it all. Nigga, I'm an Israelite and a gangster, so do not compare me to y'all. You can lose an ear over one to mine, compare me to Peter, that's all. The smaller you are, the farther you throw. The bigger you are, the harder you fall. Listen for what? You ain't accomplished what you telling me to do. These niggas is off. I keep the commandments you calling the law. It's written in stone, the hands of God. The 3, 5, 7, hold 9, and I'm still beating the
Jump
odds.
out the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. We ain't had to step foot off the porch. When we had the ops outside the door, we just grabbed the pound, they count their asses down, and they ain't come back no more. I ain't even want to sell crack no more. Fiends was calling back and forth. We was in too deep, I couldn't get no sleep. Fiends knocking at the door. I was out late night swimming with the great whites. Had to slang white just to get the pay right. On the block all night to the daylight. Thank the Lord out of the game, cause it ain't right. You don't even know the half that I've been through. Hopefully you'll never ever had to. Street shit get nutty like cashews. And be on damn niggas that'll blast you. Hear you outside stiffer than a statue. They'll blast you like they never met you. That's how they do you. Treat you like they never even knew you. Put that metal through you like voodoo. Better keep your feet on land, that's the porch. We out in the street swimming in the deep end with the sharks. Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Jumped off the porch into the water to swim with the sharks. Teeth so sharp, one smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart. Got the dog in me, all bite, no bark. One smell of blood, rip you apart.
All right, the water, everybody, for sticking and staying. You understand? We definitely on the subject of Christmas and how wicked Christmas is. You understand? How this time of year, when we as blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians, we should be celebrating the Feast of Hanukkah, man. It's the Feast of Dedications. It's the time that we rededicate the temple. We decorate the school. It's a real festive time. It's over the space of 8 days. It's gonna start next Wednesday. You understand, at sundown. We gonna be, you know what I'm saying, if you tune into the ISUPK, we're gonna definitely be tuning into Commander General Johanna's class on the Feast of Dedication. He's gonna be breaking it all the way down to the ground on why we celebrate this time, what's going on during this time, what we should be doing during this time, and not that damn funky Christmas, man. Leave the oppressor his things that he does. We shouldn't try to be envying the oppressor to try to do what he's doing. You understand? He celebrates that Christmas. Let him celebrate the birthday of his God, man. You understand? In Christianity, even though they try to say that they're celebrating the birthday of Christ, they're not celebrating Christ's birthday, man. Christ wasn't born on December the 25th. Christ was not born in the dead of winter. That was not when Christ was born. You understand? You try to celebrate Christ in the middle of celebrate Christ's birthday when Christ never celebrated his birthday. You show me one time where Christ celebrated his birthday. One instance in the Bible where Christ celebrated his birthday. You understand? That was never, the Jews never celebrated any birthdays, man. You understand? It's no sin to know what day you were born. You understand? You have to fill out paperwork that says what day you were born. You have to do things and move around in this society that acknowledges a certain age where a person can do a certain thing. You have to be 21 to drink in this society, where you have to know what day you were born to know when you're technically or when you are, according to Esau, 21 years old. You have to know when your birthday is. But who says that on that day you can make it special, not go to work, not go to school, get a birthday cake, and everybody sing happy birthday to you? Who says you could do? Who says you to do that? Who told you could do that? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Somebody, you know what I'm saying? If you know where it came from, type it in the chat, man. Somebody help me out. Somebody help me out. Did so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the God's chosen people, say that we should celebrate birthdays? Did God say celebrate birthday? You understand? Pull me the scripture. Give me the scripture and verse that says God said to celebrate your birthday. Tell me where that's at. Tell me where you can go and find that in the scriptures, that where God said, hey, celebrate your birthday and sing happy birthday to yourself and buy a cake and write on the cake happy birthday and get the cake and get ice cream. Have everybody form, get everybody together at somebody's house, and then when the person come in, jump out and say, surprise, happy birthday. Tell me where that's at. Tell me in what Hebrew culture and in the Bible, scripture, chapter, and verse where they did that at. Did they do that to Christ? Did Christ come? Is there a story in the Bible or an account in the Bible where Christ was walked into a room and everybody jumped out and said happy birthday? I'll wait. Yeah, no, there isn't. There isn't, man. These are all things created by men traditions that men create, and they push these ideologies and these traditions on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians here in America and all over the world, man. This how you know that America's influence is worldwide. The Asian people, right? Asian people, Christ ain't even their God. Christ, they don't even acknowledge Christ as a prophet. Buddha is their prophet. Buddha is the one, who they want to pattern their life after. They don't have a so-called oppressor or Caucasian God. They have an Asian God. Buddha is an Asian. You understand? But when you turn on your TV, you're gonna see Asian people acknowledge Christmas. That's how much America influence is. That's how far reach that America's influence is that Asians celebrate Christmas. You understand? Africans who you understand, like, have a God for every day of the year, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they serve many gods as well. But through Western influence coming into their countries and spreading Christianity, now they acknowledge Christmas. You understand? They acknowledge Christmas too. We're going to go to Colossians 2:8, man. Colossians 2:8 in the New Testament. Colossians 2:8. Let's get that real quick. Salakia. Moving a little slow. This is Colossians chapter 2 and verse 8, man. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. You know what I'm saying? We being deceived right now, thinking that we should be celebrating a holiday that the Lord never ordained for his children to celebrate. You understand? We're being deceived. We're being deceived at thinking that it's okay to celebrate Christmas. It's really not. Christmas is satanic. It's satanic to celebrate Christmas, man. You understand? Because you're worshiping another God. You're being deceived. And who is the father of lies? Satan is the father of lies. And you're being lied to this whole Christmas season to try to believe in a Santa Claus, to try to believe in some that you should be giving presents and laying your presents under a tree. You should be putting up a tree in your house, which is an idol. You understand? You're being deceived. So it says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men. You understand? The tradition to celebrate Christmas is of man. The Lord never said celebrate Christmas. The Lord never said put up a tree in your house. The Lord never says deck the halls. The Lord never said, jingle bells. Ain't what the Lord ever said, man. You understand? It's a tradition of men. And says, after the rudiments of the world. The Bible says you could be in the world, but not of the world. You understand? You're supposed to see the traditions of men. You're supposed to saw Christmas, and you're supposed to say, nah, I ain't gonna do that. That's a tradition of man. That ain't in the Bible. Blacks, Hispanics, you so-called Christians, you so Christianified. You should have been the one to definitely say that's not in the Bible. Christmas is not in the Bible. We shouldn't celebrate Christmas. We should be celebrating the Feast of Hanukkah, man. The Feast of Dedications. That's what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians should be celebrating. It says, after rudiments of the world and not after Christ. Christ didn't teach Christmas. Christ didn't teach us to celebrate Christmas. Christ didn't say deck the halls. Christ didn't say, hey, celebrate my birthday. Hey, make a birthday celebration for me. Christ didn't say that. None of the disciples celebrated their birthdays. None of the disciples celebrated Christ's birthday. So where the hell we get it from? Where the hell we get Christmas from? If Christ didn't celebrate his own birthday, where did we get celebrating Christ's birthday from? You got it from your oppressor. You got it from Satan, the father of lies. You understand? Who's deceiving many. And they're celebrating these false holidays. You understand? That's who you got it from. That's who you got it from, man. You got it from the person or the angel that God put in charge of deceiving you so he'll know whose side you on. That's Satan's job. And he does it very well. Satan does his job very well. Very, very, very well. You understand? He's doing his job. He's deceiving the Christian church into celebrating holidays that they're not supposed to be celebrating. He's deceiving Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians into going out, buying trees, and putting them up in their home. Putting them up, cutting them down out of the forest. Putting them up in their homes. Making the oppressor is selling you the trees. Like right now, the oppressor get a quick lick off you. Get a quick lick off you Christmas nutcases who go out and buy these trees so you can put them up in your house so you can decorate them with silver and gold and balls of holly or whatever the hell paws that they say you're supposed to decorate your tree with. I ain't decorated a tree in so long. I forgot what the hell you do when you do it. The falls of holly, I don't follow la whatever the hell you do. You understand? During this Christmas, this so-called Christmas, and you go against God when you do it. So now when you suffer the consequences and your life starts to go to hell, then you remember the Christmas that you celebrated. You remember how you sinned against the Lord in December. And you made the whole month of December be about you decking the halls and you jingle belling and you going out and singing Christmas carols and you putting up a tree in your home and you decorating it and singing Christmas carols. Something the Lord despises. You understand? Something the Lord despises, man. Don't be deceived by these traditions of men. You understand? Because they come from man and they don't come from the Most High. You understand? And we're gonna go right back to a familiar scripture again before I bring it home to you and hit you with it in Jeremiah. But we're gonna go to Amos 5:21, man. We're going to go to Amos. Said like it. Amos chapter 5 and verse 21. And this is what it says. It says, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies, man. The Lord hates the feast days here in America. He hates what the oppressor says you should sit down and have a meal and have a big feast. And that's what everybody does during Christmas. They sit down, they have a big feast. They come on over for Christmas dinner. You understand? They do it almost like they do Thanksgiving. They get the turkey, you get the ham, you get all the fixings. You sit down, you have a feast on Christmas Day, and you say, hey, we celebrating God, we celebrating Jesus' birthday. You understand? And you sit and you sin before the Lord, and the Lord said he would not smell in your solemn assemblies. He would not smell that turkey that you cooking in those gatherings you having, those personal gatherings, your personal family that you have. He ain't gonna smell in those solemn assemblies, man, because he hates them. He doesn't only hate them, he despises them. That's a deep hatred. Verse 22 says, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Now, even though you offering me this offering, you pray over it, you hold hands and you say, oh Lord, we thank you for this food that we about to receive in your name. Even though you offering up to God them burnt offerings, he ain't gonna, he don't accept them, man. And he said, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Meaning, you got that turkey all fatted up, you got that ham all fatted off, the fat ham. The abominations that's finna go on here in this Halloween is ridiculous, man. It's gonna be astronomical. It's gonna be oh man, it's gonna be crazy how much sinning that people do here in this Christmas season with these abominations, man, with all this ham and all these abominable foods. They're going to start off cooking early in the morning with that bacon, with that swine, and the sausage, and the pork sausage. They're going to get a good breakfast going. Then they're going to come back with the ham. And they're going to say it's offering all up to God. And the Lord said he ain't going to accept them, man. And this is the good one right here. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs. This is verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs. The Lord don't want to hear your deck the halls, man. The Lord don't want to hear your jingle bells. The Lord don't want to hear your "'Twas the night before Christmas." You understand? The Lord don't want to hear that Mariah Carey, "All I Want for Christmas Is You." No, man, the Lord don't want to hear that. That's noise to the Lord. Right here, reading it out the Bible, take away from me the noise of thy songs, man. And then it says, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. The Lord got his hands in his ear like this, man. Like the Lord ain't even trying to hear what you trying to sing about on Christmas. You understand? He ain't even trying to hear it, man. You make the Lord cover his ears up when you sing them Christmas carols, man. And the sad thing about this whole thing that's going on here in this time is that we bring out every year how it's a sin to celebrate Christmas, and Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, our First Nation people, the Lord's chosen people, it's in one ear and out the other, man. They don't even care. You don't even care that you're sinning against the Lord. You don't even care what these priests and prophets are saying by telling you not to do these abominable things. You're not even listening, man. Your fun has taken over your whole your conviction in your spirit. Your fun is more important than pleasing the Lord. Your fun is more important than pushing back the wrath of God. Your fun is more important. You don't have no conviction in you to do what the Lord says, man. That's why the Lord ain't gonna have no pity on you when you get the punishment. Right now, he's being gracious to you. You are experiencing what grace is. If you got a Christmas tree up in your house right now, you are experiencing grace. If you got presents and you done decorated that tree with that gold and silver tinsel and silver and gold Christmas tree balls and paws, you done it. You experiencing extreme grace from the Most High. You getting extended much grace, and it's gonna end, man. Your grace always has an end period. Grace never goes on forever. Grace always has a time where it will end. And if you're so-called hearing this and you not in the truth, or you got that Christmas tree up, hey man, look, it will behoove you. It this is a warning. Hey, get that mess out your house, man. Get it out your house, because it's gonna bring the wrath of the Most High on you, and you don't want to be an enemy to God. I'd rather be an enemy to the worst warlord on the earth than to be an enemy to God. Because God comes to see you like, hey, look, the Lord will come and see you, and you won't know what's going on. You won't even be able to prepare or to even guard yourself against it. You understand? That's how it'll be. It'll be like that, man. It'll be like that. And you ain't gonna be able to run from the Lord. You ain't gonna be able to hide from the Lord, man. You ain't gonna be able to do it. So it would be in your best interest. It would be in your best interest to get in line, follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Find the Isupk school near you. Run in there, man. Bust the door down. Because your grace, the time period that you have to get it right is getting shorter with every day, with every hour, every second, every minute that passes. Your grace period is shortening up. It's getting shorter and shorter. You understand? So now we're gonna stop right there in Amos, and we're gonna go to Jeremiah. We're gonna bring it all the way home. We're gonna tell you where Christmas comes from. We're gonna show you in Jeremiah where Christmas comes from. The whole Christmas, let me tell you, give you a little backdrop. America does something that's real They do this with every holiday. It's called sacredism. Sacredism takes a thing and makes it sacred by confusing it with several different cultures. And that's what America does. America fuses its traditions and they make a new tradition with several cultures. And we're about to see one of the cultures in Jeremiah that's fused in with Roman culture, because to celebrate a birthday, that's Roman culture. And they took Roman culture and Babylonian culture, well, African culture, and they merged the two together. You understand? And now we're finna read about it right here in the scriptures. This is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 10, and we're going to start at verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord spake unto you, O house of Israel. So this is to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. O house of Israel. This is verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. Meaning, don't learn the traditions of these other nations. Don't learn what they do. The traditions that they do. You understand? Like here in North Carolina, you may not, some people may not know if you don't live toward in a certain area, but a big tradition here in North Carolina when you live by the mountains is to celebrate. They have apple festivals. They have apple festivals every year if you live close to the mountains, and these apple festivals are big to-dos. They big to-dos. They the oppressor, they gather together in big groups, and they have bluegrass music playing, and a lot of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. A lot of these people, a lot of our people end up, coming to the so-called festival. They'll come to the apple festival. They'll go and partake in the festivities of the apple festival. They'll go do it, man. And they won't think nothing of it. But that's a tradition of men. You understand? That's a tradition of men. That's what that's a cultural thing that the oppressor does. And he does it. He gets a kick out of it. You understand? So we not to learn his ways. And it says, I'm going to take it from the top of verse 2. This is Jeremiah 10 and verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. Right now, everybody looking up at the stars up in the sky. It's been blinking. It's been blinking for 20 minutes. Got everybody looking up. Everybody looking up at the stars. Well, that's not a star. Ain't a star. These drone sightings. You understand? Don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven, man. Because the heathen are this. That's what the heathens do. They look at Uranus in retrograde, whatever the hell that means. They look at Mars in retrograde, and they try to see if they could, see about some what's going on, some happening that's going on, something that's happening in space, in the stars. Well, when the Big Dipper is tilted to the right, that means it's the time for making money. That's what they do, man. That's what they do. We're not supposed to be dismayed at the signs of heaven. The heathen are dismayed at them. And here's where it gets good. For the customs of the people are vain. They customs and an apple festival and looking up at the stars and trying to see your horoscope, and it means absolutely nothing. It's vain. Then it says, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest. We're getting into one of these vain customs. Somebody will go cut a tree out of the forest. The work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. One cutted the tree out of the forest, and they'll have a lumberjack do it. They working with the axe to cut this tree out of the forest. The tree belongs in the forest. That's why the tree is in the forest. It belongs there. It's amongst the other trees. It's getting down with the other trees. That's where the tree belongs. The tree belongs in the forest. But one will cut a tree. They'll take an axe. They'll take that axe and they'll cut the tree down. They cut the tree down, it'll fall down. It just murdered the tree. It just unalived the tree. All right. This is verse 4. They deck it with silver and gold. Hold on now. Wait a minute. This is right here in the Bible. Right here in the Bible, it's talking about when somebody cut a tree down out of the forest and they take that tree and they decorate that tree with silver and gold, just like we do here in America. In America, we do the same thing. We cut a tree out of the forest, we take that tree, and we start to decorate that tree. And we sing a song while we do it. Silver and gold, silver and gold. We sing a song while we do it. The Lord said, he can't stand the noise of thy vows. He said, take away from me the songs, the noise of the songs. Excuse me, the noise of the song that's coming from our vows. I'm paraphrasing. The Lord said, take it away from me. The Lord don't even want to hear it, man. But every year, blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people cut a tree out of the forest. They do that work with the axe. They do that work with the axe. And they decorate that tree with silver and gold. You understand? They fasten it with nails and with hammers that it not move, that it move not. They fasten that tree to the ground. They tack it to the ground that it move not. The tree can't move. The tree doesn't move because it's fastened with nails, and they nail it to the floor so it can't move. They are upright as the palm tree, but they speak not. They must needs be born, meaning this tree can no longer take care of itself. Its needs, you must bear the needs of this tree. Its needs must be born. You know what I'm saying? Born, I'm going to spell that word for B-O-R-N-E. Not born as in born like a child is born, but born, it means to bear. You got, and a lot of times when they nail that tree, down, they'll nail it in a little pot. They'll nail it. The pot nails to the ground, and the tree comes and sits in that pot, and it's water in that pot. So the tree can continue to get water where it would get its moisture and water from the ground. No, now it gets it out of this pot. And they do that because if otherwise the tree will wilt, it'll wither. The pine needles will start to get brown and it'll start to die because you just unalived this tree. You just cut it from its source of nutrients. It belongs in the forest, but you took it out of the forest. You put it in your house and you decorated it with silver and gold and lights and utensils and all that, and the little hanging paws on the tree. That's what you did. So now you got to take care of the tree when the tree would normally take care of itself. The tree in the forest, the tree need water. Its roots stretch out so it can get the water and the moisture that it needs. But you cut it out of the forest. You understand? It says they are upright as the palm tree. This is verse 5. But speak not. Then they must needs be born because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. For this verse 6, for as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great, and thy name is great in might. Why did Jeremiah had to say, don't fear them? Because this was a culture this was a thing that was done in ancient Babylon. Nimrod was the king during this time that this tradition was started. Nimrod was the king, and when Nimrod died, his mother, Semiramis, she feared that she would lose that she would lose power because now her son, the king, was dead. So she feared that other neighboring enemy countries would come and take over, and she would lose her seat. She would lose the power that she had. So she made up a story and said that Nimrod's spirit, her son's spirit, the king, and if you know anything about Babylonian custom, the kings were made, they were like gods. They were like gods. They were like gods, and they had that people worshiped them. And so she said her spirit, her son's spirit went into this tree. And she cut the tree down out of the forest and she put it in the middle of the city. She decorated with silver and gold. And she said, since her son's spirit was in the tree, you had to bring the son. The citizens had to bring the son's presence. And our people that stayed in Babylon, we were in captive in Babylon. We were made to bring presents to this tree. And that's why Jeremiah the prophet was saying, look, don't worry about what this tree is. This tree is nothing but a tree. It's cut out of the forest with the workmen of the axe, just like any other tree is cut down. Its needs has to be born. Now, this tree ain't gonna do nothing to you because you have the needs of the tree. Somebody got to take care of the tree. What was happening was that the people who wouldn't bring the tree presents, Semiramis had the army go unalive them at night. She would have them unalived, and she would have their heads hung on that tree. And, you know, she was depicting that the tree was going and doing this, which sounds far-fetched to someone today. But then when you're in a culture that celebrates many different gods, and we're enslaved in that culture, forced to celebrate those gods, just like we celebrate the oppressor as God today. We do the same thing to the oppressor today. They did it back then. They made this African a god. You understand? Just like the so-called oppressor made himself a god and painted Christ white. And then Christianity says that God and Christ and the Holy Spirit, they all one. Christ is God in the flesh. Understand? The same way. The same way. Same concept. Making something a God that is not a God. Worshiping something as an idol instead of God that should not be worshiped. That's what was going on in Babylon. And so America took Babylonian culture, fused it with Roman culture and celebrating a birthday. And now you have Christmas in America. December 25th, Christ's birthday. You celebrate Christ's birthday by putting up a tree in your house. You put up this tree in your house and you bring presents to it. And you put the presents under the tree. And instead of really when they brought presents to the tree in Babylon, the tree wasn't opening the presents. Ceramicus was. You understand? So really, Ceramicus, they would come and bring Ceramicus those presents. And she would open them. She would get the riches and the gold and all the presents that was being presented to this tree who they thought was Nimrod's spirit in the tree. So just like today, you bring the presents to the tree don't open the presents, your son does, your daughter does, your auntie, your uncle, your friend. They get the present. They get the riches. You understand? And that's what's happening in America. You celebrate, you worshiping an idol God, and the Lord said, don't do it. And it was a part of Babylonian customs, you know, when we were in captivity under the Babylonians and the king and King Nimrod. You understand? And with that, clap it up. I'm going to read these announcements and we're going to close it out, all right? So we are the Isupk under Commanding General Yohana. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to share themselves of the world. That's Salaki. They're to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is a 6-month period in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 through 10. Ma'ashara, it means 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of any penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Priest fund is a free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation. The upcoming Holy Convocation, again, is the Feast of Dedication. It's Hanukkah. It's the 25th day of the 9th month for the space of 8 days. It's next Wednesday, the 25th at sundown. Everybody in the Charlotte area, we're gonna be having an all-day event for the first day of the Feast of Hanukkah. It's gonna be at the Durham School. So next Wednesday, we'll all be at the Durham School. I think it starts around noon. So we'll be there at noon, and then from then on, and then we'll be tuning into Commander General Yohana's class later on at sundown, teaching about the whole feast and the history on Hanukkah. All right. And you can find this in First Maccabees 4:52 through 61. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That's black boots, shirt, pants, headband, a scarf. And with that, amajim, which means to stand. Wapinya Kwadum means to face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwithka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baharataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Lathananawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakhlanawa, Kabawathnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawathanawa, Wala'ah, Tabayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwith, Waha'ala, Wahataparath, La'awalamium, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. Saul, we give one courtesy salute to the sister men of Israel. I'm Shabbat, Majah, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Athab, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Matah, class is missed.